son I never had.
Oh, Steve, man, that's high compliment and high praise, Steve.
Well, if I had if I had a I would have had to have a kid when I was about 17, 18.
Hmm.
But you wouldn't have wanted me to be your dad, me to have a kid
Are
that
you trying
young.
to adopt me as a second father?
Looking for someone to take care of.
Not really. Not really. I got two cats I'm a daddy to already. No offense,
Well,
Brian. I love you just the same.
yeah. They can be a handful, so you've made
Yeah.
the right choice.
Yeah. Well, how's your fam doing?
Well, it's an interesting situation. And sort of a long story. I'll fill you in. I'll call you and fill you in, Steve.
No worries.
Thank,
I think it's 7 o'clock, guys.
it is 7 o'clock anyway, so.
It's 7 o'clock.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the second meeting of the month of February here for the Lawrenceville Lions Club. My name is Brian Donegan. I am president, chief, bottle washer. Just don't call me late for dinner, and that's fine. Hope everybody is having a good one. Hope everyone had a wonderful Valentine's Day and everything. Before we move forward, Steve, our PDG,
Yes.
would you lead us in the pledge, and Lion Pete, would you lead us in an invocation afterwards?
Okay, looks like Pete's going to get the flag there. So once Pete secures the flag, I will lead y'all in the pledge. Lion Pete, unfurl the colors. Don't let the colors touch the ground.
Present the colors.
Yeah, present the colors. All right. Face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I don't think he heard you about the invocation.
Pete, retire the colors.
Invocation, please.
Who's going to do the invocation?
I've asked you to do it.
Once you retire the colors, Pete, do it.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we give you thanks for this day. We give you thanks that we can come to meet together as lions, Lord. We pray that you'll give us a very successful meeting tonight. We pray that you will send us home in one piece, Lord, and be with us throughout this evening. We pray for those that are not here tonight, and we ask all of this in Jesus' name. Amen.
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 Brother Ben.
As Pete, Lion Pete retires the colors, I will say a very special welcome to our pastorship governor and our current membership chair, Steve Williams. He's in the house tonight over Zoom, and he had a birthday the other day. So, ladies and gentlemen, would you join me in singing happy birthday to our wonderful past district governor? All right, a 1 and a 2 and a 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Steve. Happy birthday to you. And many more.
Thank you all. Thank you very much. Oh, you too kind.
Oh, Ryan, Ryan, so sorry. No. Well,
Steve's birthday.
Wow.
Steve's birthday.
Oh, goodness gracious. Lots of occasions on Thursday.
Yes.
Okay.
It's our anniversary.
And as a little bit of trivia, I was born 9 days after the Beatles first appeared on the Ed Sullivan Show.
All right.
What'd you say, Steve?
I was born 9 days after the Beatles first made their American television appearance on the Ed Sullivan Show.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, you know, the
That was a
sad part
poor
was,
day's night, wasn't it?
sad part is I saw that
That was
show.
a hard day's night. Yeah.
But
Next on the agenda.
Yeah, next on the agenda, I will take a motion to approve the agenda or alter it in any way.
Hi.
Hey,
Our guest
Rachel.
is here.
Hello, Rachel. Hi, welcome. Welcome. Please sit down. So glad to have you.
Yes.
That's great. Brian's everywhere.
All right, any motion to approve the agenda or alter it?
I move to approve as is.
All right, do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All in
Aye.
favor, all
Aye.
opposed? Hearing none, the motion carries and the agenda is approved. Next up is our illustrious tail twister, Lion Bill. You're up.
One point of order before we, do we want to introduce Rachel and let her know what's going on? And
Absolutely. Sorry.
Just let her know what's going on as she's sort of.
It's okay, I was trying to figure out how I'll be able to show my presentation.
We were trying to figure that out too. I'm sorry.
Things have changed quickly.
We're in a new setup, Rachel. We're not familiar with this TV here.
Another organization, it's just a building.
You, what type of hookup does it have?
I just need should be able to use this board. You guys continue with the meeting.
Okay.
Figure it out.
All right, Lion,
Tom has a remote control to turn it on if you want.
Rachel.
You want to tinker?
Yeah.
All
You're
right.
the,
Lion Bill.
Okay, so as you know, today is a rather interesting day as far as dates/numbers go. Today is 2/22/2022. On a Tuesday. So with that in mind, I'm going around the room and I want to know what your favorite number is. We'll start with mine. And any reasoning behind it.
Favorite number? I would probably say 54. That seems random. But growing up, when I was a kid, big basketball fan, so I really like Horace Grant. And so my basketball number from the time I started all the way through high school was 54. I always kept that number.
Cool.
Brian?
I've always really liked the I guess I've always liked the number 19. I was born on the 19th, so I guess that's why I like the number so much. Other than that, there's no other reason that I can think of why that's my favorite number, but it is.
Tom?
mine would be 27th. 27th day of October is the day I was born.
Okay.
I'm seeing a theme.
Yeah.
Pardon?
But I'm seeing a theme.
Yeah.
See how it shows it on the screen.
Lion Steve, what's your favorite number?
You make it?
yeah, excuse me. I would say simply the number 3. And the reason I say number 3 is because great things come in threes. For example, if you're a Christian, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. 1, 2, 3. In a prepared speech, or in an essay, 3 main points. If you're into the Three Stooges, Curly, Larry, and Moe, or depending on when the Three Stooges, or it could be Shemp, Larry, and Moe, or Joe, Larry, and Moe, depending on when you saw Three Stooges. But 3 would have to be the number that just comes to mind, because all great things come in threes.
You believe in the power of 3.
Yeah.
Maria?
Related to tradition in Romania, my favorite number was all the time 8. In March 8 is International Women Days. We choose one number which kind of is our lucky number all the time. Is many country tradition, and all the time from how long I know myself, I choose 8.
Thank you. Pete?
Pete?
The number 2.
Ooh.
I was born on the 2nd of August, and I'm the second boy in the family.
You are born in same day with my young grandson. Oh no, I make mistake. He's in 3rd. My bad.
Hey, 2's good binary, man, you know? In IT, 2 binary.
Yep.
I wonder what the input is on this as far as what's picking
So I guess it's to me.
Yes.
Best number of all is 52.
That was close.
I know, it's like really cool. There are 52 weeks in a year, 52 cards in a deck.
Uh-huh.
Mr. Potato Head was invented in 1952. I rest my case.
Well, happy 70th anniversary to Mr. Potato Head.
Potato Head, I assume, was the most prominent of those.
It beat out Cher's birthday. She was
I'll take Mr. Potato Head over Cher any day.
Yeah.
No offense to Cher.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Did you have a potato head growing up?
You're implying that I don't have one now.
Never mind.
I had one.
I have about 20 something of them. I collect them.
Dadgum. That sounds like a speech in and of itself.
Those 2
So
things
they're
say
fun.
that for us.
So your
Bill?
name's gonna be Mrs. Potato Head.
Oh, I've gone to Disneyland twice in that get up.
Fun.
Oh yeah, she's a lot of fun.
You are a big fan of Disneyland.
Thank you, Pete.
Should we wait a few minutes?
I bet Bill would give you the floor back if you want.
All right. Thank you. May I have the floor back?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, Lionville, our great sales wrestler. Lion Tom,
Yes, sir.
Secretary's report. And someone else with a appropriate motion for said item on the agenda.
I'd like to make a motion that we dispense with the reading of the Secretary's report as we were all here. Except Lion Pete.
Do we have a second? All right. Thank you, Ryan.
One day we should make him read them.
I have them.
He's got it available.
I just don't know that I want to hear.
It might be an experience.
That's beside the point. All right, calling the question. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Want to turn that
Hearing none, the
around?
motion carries. And we've dispensed with the secretary's report. Great job, Lion Tom.
Thank you, sir.
You do a great job for us all the time. Appreciate it, buddy.
May have one of those, the agendas.
Oh,
You got two there, I think.
there you go. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm
Rachel?
like,
Okay,
oh,
hold
did
on.
you finish the secretary's report? I saw
Yeah,
it.
we just
kind of
finished.
bypassed it, so.
Yeah, we kind of breezed past that. It's kind of a running gag that we do. Lion Tom, would you introduce our speaker this evening?
I am honored to do so. Rachel is a servant leader who spends most of her profession and personal time advocating and supporting children and families in need. She started her nonprofit career at a Florida foundation working on youth leadership training, publication management, and fundraising. 6 years ago, she moved from Tampa, Florida to Lawrenceville and served as the Senior Director of Development in Gwinnett County Engagement at the United Way of Greater Atlanta before her most recent appointment as the first civilian to serve as the Community Affairs Outreach Manager for Gwinnett Police Department. Rachel was specially selected to join the Community Affairs section because of her long history of leadership and her ability to build genuine relationships that translate to positive community change. She was recognized by Brookwood High School as the 2020 Upstander Citizen of the Year. Upstanders combat injustice, promote goodwill, and galvanize peers into action. Rachel is a 2018 graduate of Leadership Gwinnett, a Sugarloaf Rotary member, serves on the board of Phoenix High School at Sugarloaf Mills, and is a mentor in Gwinnett County Schools Community Mentoring Program. Rachel earned her bachelor's degree in telecommunications from the University of Florida and a master's degree in public administration from Rachel, I am sorry, I should have called an ass. Baruch College as a National Urban Fellow. She currently lives in Lawrenceville with her husband and two strong, smart, and bold daughters. Rachel enjoys live music, water sports, traveling abroad, and watching the #1 most dominant college sports programs, the Florida Gators.
I have to make sure I add that in. Thank you guys for having me here today. So we're here in Lawrenceville. We know the city of Lawrenceville has their own police department, right?
Right.
However, we are in Gwinnett County as a whole. So I'm going to talk to you about Gwinnett County Police Department and the services that we provide to all residents. It doesn't matter if you are in the city of Lawrenceville and you actually, like if you were to call the police and you need services, that would be City of Lawrenceville Police would respond, but we offer so many services to residents as a whole. And I'm, like the bio said, I'm here representing GCPD's Community Affairs section. So our section was started in 2020 in October. There are 13 sworn officers as a part of my team and 2 civilians, myself, and we have like our assistant for the whole department. And we're broken down into 2 sections. So we have community outreach and crime prevention. So why is community affairs important to Gwinnett County Gwinnett County Police Department? So of course, with PD, all police officers and all the police departments, whether it's the city of Lawrenceville or whomever, we want to build trust with the community. We want to increase understanding and communication for residents. And because Gwinnett is such a diverse community, that is a large task. I myself am an immigrant. And I know for me, my home country, we are not fans of police. Police are very corrupt. And I feel that's the case with a lot of our immigrant population here in Gwinnett. So my job coming out here today to meet with you all is to find opportunities for myself to educate the public and change that perception of police. So the mission of our section is really to expand on the department's commitment to community by strengthening positive relationships and trust, fostering that police community communication, interaction, transparency, and of course, mutual respect. So our section, my direct boss is Major Michelle Anglin, and I always like to embarrass her whenever I introduce her. She comes along, I introduce her. Moxie Award winner, Major Michelle Anglin.
That's where
So one of the Gwinnett Chamber's most recent awards, she won that award. So this is giving you an idea of how we are organized. You see, it's all crime prevention. And right now, we need police officers. We need 911 operators. We're down about 300 officers right now. So right now, this is our crime prevention team here, and they're doing double duty. We don't have like specific people. We literally have myself, you see there, community affairs manager. We have Lieutenant Reddick and Sergeant Brooks, who does a lot of our programming. If you've done anything with Gwinnett County Police Department as far as our programming I'm going to talk to you about, more than likely you'll know Sergeant Brooks. So our guys are doing double duty right now because we won't have the manpower. So they got to kind of do it both. And you guys feel free to interrupt me at any point. This is not like a formal thing. Ask questions. Go ahead.
I've had to call on occasion for some minor things.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we still have, everything still goes through 911.
Right.
And I've been on hold for 5 minutes. And I feel bad about making those calls and tying up a line. Are we sometime soon going to get a non-emergency line?
There is a non-emergency line. We've
Okay.
had a non-emergency line.
Okay, I'm sorry, I did not.
They're not, and it's on here. So one of the, I gave you a thing to stick on your refrigerator there. It has
Okay.
our non-emergency line. And one thing I recently learned, I'm a big nerd, so I like to research what's out there and see how we can make our community better. And I just learned that in the city of Atlanta, they have 311. And you heard from my background, I was like, I've worked at United Way, and we have 211 for all the social service stuff. So the city of Atlanta specifically, so that's their non-emergent, that's for all social services, and also your non-emergency line number for police. So I'm like, why can't we have that here? And anytime we have anything here in Gwinnett, we have to make it better. It's got to be the best and greatest, right? So I'm researching that. So that's on the hush hush. Just researching, how often they literally just set that up within the last 2 years. So I don't know how much data they have, but that's something that we're looking into. Just like how you're like, you didn't know we have yes, we've had a non-emergency line, but it would be great if it's something easy and memorable, like 911, 411, 211, 311.
Yeah, well, I apologize for doing that, but somewhere along the line, I thought I called someone and they said, you have to call 911.
No.
But it's parking issues and stuff is all.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
See, that's why we want to eliminate that, because we do have, our police officers that are on the road assigned to the 6 precincts of Gwinnett PD. They are going to these calls that are not emergency, like someone else could have handled that call.
Yeah.
So that's the goal, especially because we are having such a hard time getting officers and 911 operators. You can imagine how stressful both of those jobs are.
Sure.
We do have a lot of folks retiring, but because of the climate right now, we did have a lot of officers retire because of what was happening when we had those ones with George Floyd and all of that. And, I guess it's bad PR, what they said about defund the police. That's not what they meant, but the slogan doesn't sound very good. It's not communicating what the goal of what they wanted to do. But these are the folks here on my team. If you ever see them out in your community, this is my team. All right, so those specific programs, the folks on my team, specifically Sergeant Brooks, he is our go-to our sergeant to handle and oversee all of our programming as far as our community outreach programs. So we have our Police Explorer program. So if you know any young person between 14 to 21 that is interested in law enforcement career of any type, this is the perfect fit for them. So it runs pretty much the length of the school year. So we'll kind of run end of August to May. So we're going to be wrapping that up on May 23rd. So they spend all of this time learning all the behind the scenes of all police, everything that we do at GCPD. So they get to see SWAT, helicopter, criminal investigations, all of that. And they also get to compete on a national level. So this is something that's offered, and this is in partnership. We're here in the Boy Scouts building, and it's in partnership with the Boy Scouts. So there are male and female though. So if you have questions about that, if you know of anyone interested, you can connect with me about that. We have our Youth Police Academy. So I started with the department last July, and that's when we hosted. So that was my first time to see our summer Youth Police Academy. So it's always over the summer. We have 1 week for our middle schoolers, and we have 1 week for our high schoolers. And I always get this question because a lot of folks may work in Gwinnett, but they don't live in Gwinnett. We may have some exceptions, you know, for those families that you work here, so you get to kind of come for that week, take that into consideration. So 14 to 17, they have to be Gwinnett County Public Schools to take minor exceptions. And again, they learn all the behind the scenes. They get to tour our 911 center. They get to tour the jail. And they get to do a lot of hands-on things as well, because that's very cool.
How big is the Explorer program?
The Explorer program, we have about 20 to 25 students in the Explorer program. We've had the Explorer program since the 80s. One of the who on my team was an Explorer, Corporal Mato, was an Explorer about 12 years ago. He's here with us, so building that pipeline of police officers, that's the goal. And now our Citizens Police Academy. Has anyone participated in Citizens Police Academy? No? I know some of the smaller city police departments may have them as well, but our Citizens Police Academy, again, we want our residents to get a feel for how we operate, how we enforce the state and local laws. And with the adults, they have more exposure, like they'll have the opportunity to go and do a ride-along. So a ride-along, you can do it for 4 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours, it's up to you. You get to pick anywhere in the county that you want to see, right along with our officers. We don't offer this to the general population right now because of COVID, so it's a very unique opportunity that's offered to our citizens, residents that participate in the Citizens Police Academy.
So it's suspended right now.
No, if you're in our Citizens Police Academy, that's just one piece that I wanted to share, that we do provide you as a Citizens Police Academy participant, you get to go on a ride along. Yeah, so it's happening right now. We're starting up, scheduled for March 8th, May 5th. We have enough applicants, but if you're really interested, I can get you in, basically, because you know me, I can get you in. So it's Tuesday to Thursday. Well, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 6:30. Typically, we have it for 2 hours, but the last class that we had, they like to ask questions, and we didn't mind, and we'll stay there and hang out and do stuff with them. So we extended it because they had a lot of questions, and so no worries. We really cater to whoever our audience is, we really do cater to. So those are our key programs that we have that have been long-standing in the community. We do also have a lot of community outreach initiatives. You will see us if you follow us on social, and I'll share that with you at the end of the presentation, how you can follow us. But multicultural outreach, one of the things that GCPD is known for is our multicultural festival. We are planning to host that event again this year. The goal was to have it the weekend after Mother's Day. But we are trying to decide on a location. So at one of our parks or at Gwinnett Place Mall. So we'll get you guys more information about that once. Clergy outreach. So we love our faith community. all of our faith-based community. So each year, and this will be our 3rd year, we're hosting, it's called Faith in Blue. So this is, I'll tell you the dates. We already have the dates for our Faith in Blue weekend, and that is October 7th through 10th of this year. So if you belong to a faith-based organization, church, synagogue, mosque, and you want to partner with us, we will do all sorts of programming we've done already. So we will do a food drive if you want to benefit a certain nonprofit organization. We've done a community health fair. We've done, if you want to have it be a blood drive, we've had a prayer session. We've watched a faith-based movie, just a lot of different things. We will partner with that faith-based group and have programming that weekend. And just in general, we have a longstanding partnership with a lot of our faith-based organizations throughout the year. A lot of folks, we do blessing bags. So most police officers, and if we come in contact with a homeless person, we will have a blessing bag for them, which has non-perishable items, socks, all those things for them that they may need. So that's just one example of some of the partnerships that we have, but we would love to connect with our faith-based organizations. We do all types of programming. One of our most priority groups are our young people. Me personally, I believe early positive interaction with youth can deter a lot of things in the future. So any opportunity I have to continue and there, for sure. You may have seen our Coffee with a Cop or Cops on the Corner. We do a lot of our Cops on the Corner at our parks. We've also done it at the mall. Like we had it big because holidays. We had it at Sugarloaf Mills Mall. It was very exciting. And we also have our Coffee with a Cop. So it doesn't have to be at it could be at your staple, coffee shop, Dunkin' Donuts, whatever, any type of coffee shop. But if you want to host one at your business, we've tailored it to like a nonprofit organization, and they wanted to have folks come and just meet and engage with police and not have them go to a police station. It's kind of a chill environment. So we can just have coffee with them there. So it doesn't have to be at a Dunkin' Donuts or something like that. We're open. Other engagement opportunities that we have with the public, in my bio, you guys heard Leadership Gwinnett, a love of Leadership Gwinnett. So that's a partnership that we have with the organization. So those folks that participate every year, they get a little behind the scenes of police and law enforcement, our jails and all of that as well. And they too get to do a ride along. And listen, if I didn't participate in that program, I would have no idea about how police work. I would be one of those annoying people. If police were to pull me over, I would give you an attitude and ask you, why do you need my ID? So just for any occasion, because that's just what I know. So because I was educated about how things work and why they do the things they do, I have no problem. I was like, please take my ID, take as much time as you need. It just changes your attitude towards it. So I feel that if more education is there, we have an understanding as to why folks do the things they do, everyone would be. And during my Leadership Gwinnett class, our former Chief West, was part of my Leadership Gwinnett class. And so I think that's how we kind of got to know each other. And he specifically asked me to be in this role. So I left my little cushy job at United Way, came over to police. And also we help and participate in behind the scenes for our Gwinnett 101 Citizens Academy that meet. Some of y'all, anyone participate in Gwinnett 101? Or our Gwinnett Youth Commission, young people. We also provide them with programming, give them some behind the scenes. Just last year, Gwinnett County Board of Commissioners, they implemented our Gwinnett County Police Citizens Advisory Role. So they felt this was needed in the community. So these are residents in the community that are appointed. So there are 11 appointed community members. If you're interested, you can connect with, those key commissioners to get appointed to theirs. Gwinnett Chamber has a seat, Gwinnett Technical College has a seat, and a couple of others. Viewpoint Health has a seat. on that advisory board. And they really need to, evaluate, some of the things that we do as police. One of the first things that they talked about when the team first came on board was decriminalizing, because it's 1 gram, listen, I don't know drugs, 1 gram or something of marijuana. Make sure that, because the prosecutors right now in the county are not prosecuting for those small amounts. So there's no point in making it kind of decriminalize small amounts of it, so folks aren't going to waste their time prosecuting. So we're not going to be like in California, where we're going to allow shoplifters and not, lock them up. We're not doing that. But that's one of the things that they proposed, and the Gwinnett Board of Commissioners is still considering right now. Another thing that was top priority for them, and a lot of the members that came on board, some of them really had issue with our Gwinnett County police officers, their pay. Some of them felt it was fine. Now all of them in agreement, for the most part, that they need to get paid more. Right now, an officer gets paid, police training gets paid $43,000. That is, and we've done a survey, so we know that's one of the lowest paying Gwinnett police departments in the region, and we have the best training in the region. So a lot of the officers are getting training from us, the best training that Georgia has to offer, and they're going elsewhere to get paid more. So we definitely need to pay them more. So that's one of the things that they're pushing. So we as taxpayers will be voting on that, hopefully sooner than later, so we can have more officers available. So we won't be on hold, waiting on, we call 911, we're waiting for 15 minutes. It's an emergency situation. You shouldn't be on hold. We also have our Gwinnett County Police Foundation. So the foundation started out as a benevolence fund to really support officers and their families in their time of need. It has grown beyond that. They provide scholarships, awards and recognition for police and law enforcement, emergency financial assistance. I know I get emails all the time. We have folks that pass on, like people that have retired, and they send flowers and what have you for those families. And then once you participate in our Citizens Police Academy, we do have an alumni association. And those folks, basically, they do like what some of you guys are doing. You guys are networking with one another and doing community service. And one of the projects that a lot of them participate in is, when you see the news and they're looking for someone, so they can participate because we make sure that they're trained to be a part of that search team to look for that missing person here in the county. So they are certified to do that. That's one of the things that we offer. And they're also police volunteers. Just like anyone in the county, if you wanted to volunteer to participate in the police department, now we're not going to have you go out in the field with an officer, but you can be in the office at most of the departments. You can work as a volunteer for the county. All right, just some examples of some of the things we do. I know we have we partner with the DEA for National Drug Take Back. And this is 2 years ago, this photo. So all those old prescription drugs, like folks may not be aware, you don't want to flush those down the toilet because that's going to mess up our water supply. So this is the best way to dispose of them. So we will be, it'll be in April again this year. We do it twice a year. So we'll let you guys know when that happens. So this is all the drugs that we had taken back on that one day from the Gwinnett County. So if you know any, yes.
When you get those bottles, after you deal with pills, what do you do with the bottles?
So, okay, I don't know how to fully answer that question. So we just collect them and we turn them over to the DEA. So what the DEA does with it, no idea.
So we need to find out that.
Okay.
I'm sure that they would recycle because they wouldn't have a need for
there are
bottles.
ways.
They come in different packaging as well. It's not just pill bottles, but.
Someone on the line with us, his wife knows how to recycle those bottles. That's
Okay.
why I asked.
Okay, great.
I have a question.
Yes.
Can Gwinnett police officers work a second job?
Yes. Many of them work.
I know, because I heard something recently about some guy working a door in Atlanta that was shot, and they said they can't have, Atlanta police can't work a second job like that as a doorman or security. So.
Well, there are through all of those jobs that they typically work are through the police department. We call them signal aides. So those are all the, every time you see the police officer outside, like at the church, doing traffic, the nightclubs, you see a lot of the officers. So those are their, also our school systems, we don't have enough school resource officers to control all of the schools. So they have to pay police to do that. So a lot of those. So that's their second job.
Yeah, all those guys at the Swarm and Gladiators game that was the second job for them.
So they get paid, the officer gets paid directly, it doesn't go to Gwinnett, then back to them.
Yeah, and there are certain rules, like if you're working however many hours, you need a 5-hour in between to start back your regular gig.
Okay.
So there's rules about that. And this is just a slide of some of the things that we've done just last year. We have our Coffee with the Cops that I talked about. Each year we host our Public Safety Festival in the fall, typically at Stryker Stadium.
Yep.
Did I know Stryker?
Yes.
Trying to figure, we want to, we're holding on our date for our festival, but we're waiting on the purchase to figure that out. Our Faith in Blue, we do a lot of food distribution. I don't know if you guys are aware, but Gwinnett County government, every Tuesday, our volunteer Gwinnett folks are out there in the community, just random places in the community where they feel that there's need and they're distributing food. So that's in the budget to make sure that we don't have so many food insecure families here in the county. So we've gone out and participated with them on that. So we have a lot of food distribution. We of course love our seniors. So we are at many of our senior centers providing programming for them that's pertinent to them. We know there's always senior scans. Please know that no one is giving you anything for free, especially free money. There's not millions of dollars that somebody owes you. That's not the way that they would contact you.
Let's just say we do. We host the officers at our golf tournament every year.
Well, I'm just talking about seniors. No one's contacting me via phone and email.
Are you talking, sorry to interrupt, but are you talking about say these people that try to scam you to say that you better give me some Apple gift cards or otherwise the cops are coming straight to your door?
Right. All of those scams. They come up with a new one every day. You can't even keep up with them. Yeah.
And they're getting worse all the time.
Right. So we try to educate folks about that. Don't give out your credit card information, your banking, routing numbers, and all that good stuff. We participate and volunteer with Junior Achievement at the Discovery Center. We do that at least twice a year. And we host our own events in partnership with nonprofit organizations or organizations like you guys. And last year, for the first time, I worked at United Way of Greater Atlanta. So I know that a lot of our children here in Gwinnett, they live in extended stay. They are living in our extended stay. So ideally, we would have loved to take them out of that environment just for the day. Unfortunately, transportation is always an issue. So we were able to, just this past December, at 5 of the extended stays here in Gwinnett, we basically brought Santa and presents and the whole Christmas vibe to the students, the children and family there. So we had, so these are all officers. So we had, of course, Santa, and then we had 3 elves. And we went out there, we had lights on the cars, we did a backdrop so folks can take their pictures with Santa. I'm here taking the pictures there that are working with us, take pictures. I'm taking pictures and I'm here, I'm just gonna text it to you. So you have your Santa, your picture with Santa. Of course, people are crying, parents are excited because they couldn't afford to have gifts for their kids. We had one nonprofit organization come out with us at one location and provide food boxes. And also, I think it was like a decent sized gift card in there, like a $75 Walmart gift card in that for the families. So, we're open to help the community in any way possible. So just give you an idea of some of the things that we do in the community that people are just not aware of. And remember the big side, the crime prevention side, where we have staff for, this is what they do. This is what police have been doing. We have our neighborhood watch program. So that's our cops communities. Does anyone live in a cops community? Okay. Okay, so 2 cops communities. Have you guys been, what is it? I think everybody, there's like this big award if you're the top.
Yeah, I've seen the sign, but I haven't heard our HOA say anything about it.
So that's, yeah, so they meet, you know, I guess as a cops community, you're required to have 4 meetings a year and attend the public safety. Kind of minimum, I believe. And on the flip side, for our apartment communities, we have our crime-free multi-housing program. So similar, like a neighborhood watch. Obviously, we're trying to reduce crime from our rental properties, the church crime, all of those things. So just like we have all of the different programs, like we have personal safety programs, we have security surveys for residents and businesses. We come out here and share that. That's available to all residents, free of charge. People have no idea. It's awesome. Did you do a security survey at your home?
No, I'm a graduate from RAD.
Oh, okay, RAD. See, I'm going to get training to be a RAD instructor because we need more female RAD instructors.
Ours were incredible.
Yeah.
You got a great team do ours.
That's exciting. Yeah, I have 2. Listen, I have 2 teenage girls. So I think for RAD, you have to be 13 and up. So that would be a great thing to do with your kids if you have that opportunity. RAD is our rape aggression defense for women. It's a 12-hour course. And we did have one scheduled this year, but had to cancel because it's not just education. We actually take what we learn, put it into practice and punch somebody, kick them and all that good stuff. Get out all that aggression. So we hope we will have that available, and we will do it for private groups. So that we could do. Right now, I did have a Muslim group reach out to us. Of course, that's why we need our female RAD instructors for those specialties that don't want to have that interaction with men. Security surveys for the home and business. I'm going to tell you guys right now, if you're doing a security survey with us for your business, and we'll do the assessment and then we'll give you a piece of paper at the end of that and tell you all the recommendations. Now, if something happens and your insurance company is like, did somebody tell you that you should have fixed this? Now, you will have this and we'll have it on file. So I'm just letting you know in advance. That's the caveat with your security survey for your business. We will have it on file. Somebody asks us, we will provide it to you. Please do the recommendations if you do participate in the commercial survey. All right. So I'm thinking this sound will work. This is really how to test how observant you guys are. The sound's not supposed to be on yet.
Here's your challenge. How many times is the yellow backpack passed? Go.
How many times?
I got 18.
17.
19.
17.
16.
Ah, okay.
So the yellow backpack was passed 17 times.
So a couple of you guys.
The one guy got it right.
Excellent.
So the first one is when they were sitting on
That
the.
are seen outside.
Right. So I guess everyone's focused on the backpack, right? Did anyone notice anything else besides the backpack?
Yeah, well, I said the background was changing.
The background changed, okay. What else? Anyone notice anything else?
Well, the
They told us
camera
to
was
watch the
going.
backpack.
Oh, yeah.
What were you saying?
I was focused on the yellow.
You're
So,
focused on the backpack.
right.
So
There
these
wasn't
are
a
some,
gorilla in it, was there?
Say that again?
There wasn't a gorilla walking in the back?
No,
Okay,
no.
I've seen something like that before.
No gorilla.
Nobody noticed the gorilla.
What about the student who put on a hat and switched books?
No one's paying attention to that.
No?
Or the woman dropping the suspicious package?
Uh-uh.
Sometimes it's easy to miss the obvious. Your next challenge, be aware of your surroundings. If you see something suspicious, say something to local.
See something, say something, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of some folks always ask me when I do these presentations, like, what's one of the big things now that is prevalent? And it's called entering autos. So please lock your cars, even in the driveway. Don't have anything visible, because it's just, you're just asking for them to, they don't even have to break anything to get in. If your car is unlocked, they can just take it. Catalytic converters are being stolen a lot nowadays. Those things are very expensive and pricey. So be aware of those catalytic converters. Also, I think a lot of folks may not be aware, but did you know that you can text 911 now here in the county? So God forbid someone enters your home and you don't, you don't want to be verbal and they're just everywhere, like you're hiding somewhere. You can text 911. But just like if you were calling them, they need to know exactly where you are, because we can only ping from the towers. You can only get into a vicinity. So text definitely your address as to where you are. But that is something that we are providing to residents. You have the option to text 911. Also, we partner with Project Lifesaver. A lot of folks are not aware of this program. It's a national program.
Railroad crossings.
So have someone that tends to wander or become lost, or they have a cognitive disorder. We provide them with these wristbands. They have sensors in them, and we have a good partner. I think we have about 18 or so folks that participate in that program. And for the most part, this is stuff that other counties would charge people for, but for the most part, it could be free to you. So if you know of anyone that would qualify for that and would need that, please let us know. We'll have an officer come out and, provide you with that information. Just last year, we established a partnership with Viewpoint Health, because we care about mental health. So we have, in partnership with Viewpoint Health, we have a team. So we have a police officer and a clinician that are part of the team that will answer those mental health calls. And right now, we just legit have the one team. So the Gwinnett County Board of Commissioners, they did recently vote, and we will have 6 teams, so 1 for each precinct. So we have 6 precincts. We'll have 1 team for each precinct that will be able to respond to those calls. So we're excited about that. Also, the city has a team, and also another police department I heard just recently added. But theirs is not in partnership with Viewpoint Health. Lawrenceville PD is in partnership with Viewpoint. I worked with Officer Baird in my previous.
I need to apologize.
Okay, yeah, that's funny. I was going to ask a
We
question.
normally have our speakers for about 15 minutes or so.
Oh, we've gone. So this is the end.
Okay.
We're wrapping up.
This is all very important.
Brian's
information.
about to beat me up, sorry.
No, I wasn't. No, this is, for this, I make
My
an
fault.
exception, because this is important information.
We started late, right?
Yes.
Yes, we
had
did.
technical difficulties.
There needs to be a little grace.
Right, thank you, I appreciate it. So yeah, so we talked about 911, right? So although 9 cities in Gwinnett, they do have their own police departments. Gwinnett PD, we handle all 911 emergency management, SWAT, hazardous calls. Also GCPD, we are one of 26 agencies across the globe that have this Triarch Award. So the folks that, it's called CALIA, it's the acronym for the line that, what do you call it? They recognize and rate law enforcement agencies.
Oh,
So-
like an accreditation agency, kind of like SACS is to colleges?
Or how great we are with our police training, with our 911 operation, and our training facility.
What were you saying, Steve?
Yeah, CALIA is kind of like what SACS is to colleges and universities. It's an accrediting agency.
Yes. I've already shared with you guys how you can connect with us. You can volunteer, share with folks about what you just learned about the programs and services that are available. We are now on all social media platforms, so Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We just got Instagram because kids are a very important demographic and they do everything on the gram. Complaint and commendation. Listen, we hear complaints. We would love to hear more commendations about when you interact with an officer and they're doing great. That is available on the website. This is how to connect with staff. If you want a presentation like this or any of the surveys or RAD, CPA, you can find that on the website. Happy you guys to ask me any questions. I know we've been doing this throughout anyway, so any additional questions, and especially
just one real quick. I just want to say that I really love the backpack thing because, you know, come to think of it, one of the, I guess basically there are many situations where somebody would create a distraction, like somebody arguing or whatever, and you might have somebody pickpocketing or just doing something else nefarious.
Right. Well, thank you.
Can you go back to the slide that had the QR code so we can scan that?
While he's doing that, I have a question for you. So our little club here on not this Thursday, but following Thursday, March the 3rd, and Saturday, March the 5th, we're actually holding a free seminar right here on a program called How Money Works, and it's completely free to attend. I don't know if you've heard of it before. I know, I believe the presentation's been offered to employees of the police academy, you know, off and on, but as part of an initiative to increase financial literacy nationwide. But it's based on a 2020 book called How Money Works. I don't know if there's any way for, if there is a community affairs site or a place to put things happening in the community to help let people know they are aware. We have it obviously on Facebook, but we're promoting.
I can share with you. So I do my own newsletter. This young man right here gets my newsletter. Try to do it once a month since I've been with PD, but also the Gwinnett Coalition for Health and Human Services. They have now started a weekly newsletter that comes out every Friday. So I can share with you guys the information. You just need to get it. They're very loose. Like, you just need to get it to them by noon the day before, and they will get it out there.
Would love
So
to
more folks can be aware of that. So that's just something they legit just started 2 weeks ago.
Awesome. Yeah, we'd love to see, you know, help with the word out for next week. So that'd be awesome. Thank you.
Yes.
I just want to give you a quick shout out to Gwinnett County Police. Up in our cul-de-sac, my wife and I were in the upstairs office, and she heard this loud boom. And she said, got up and looked, and she said, somebody's breaking in the house down in the hole. That's the little house that goes down like this. I said, no way, they can't do it. It's the middle of the day, right? She said, yeah, they got up at the top of the street, top of the cul-de-sac, there's a Mercedes SUV. This car is sitting up there. There was two guys that had walked down and broke into this house. So she said, call 911. So I got my phone, called 911, told them what was going on. She said, okay, we'll send some people out, you know. I stayed up there watching the whole time. Nobody's coming out. But then finally this lady backs her SUV down into the driveway. They come out with a big old flat screen TV like this. And I'm saying, these guys are getting ready to get out of here. There was a lady driving a car. Two guys went in there. And they started to pull out, and I said, they're leaving. I said, don't worry about it, we got them. They went down, turned to the right in Berea. They went past your house down there, turned around in the cul-de-sac because they didn't know how to get out of there. They came back out, and I said, you guys better get here. They left, they've gone. Don't worry about it, don't worry about it. About 10 minutes later, one of your fellas come up, knocked on the doorbell, on the door, and, you know, rang the doorbell. I said, did you get him? Did you get him? He said, yeah, we got him. They had all three exits at the subdivision covered.
Wonderful. That was good.
So he's
And
started to walk.
Wow.
I see that.
I don't know who. Well, I live up in Cedar Valley Court, up past Old Peachtree
Is that unincorporated one?
and Cedar Drive, up towards the mall. And he's starting to go down there, walk down the driveway to the house, door wide open, door jamb, took off of there. And he's walking down, he gets to the door and he unholsters his weapon. And he starts looking around. When he did that, I stopped and started backing up. And I knew there was only two guys in there,
but I didn't want to go in, right? Finally, he went in, he came around, he looked. They had torn that place apart, flipped over couches, chairs. They were looking, I believe they were looking for drugs or something, but they got them. And I thought, you know, here I am watching this whole thing, looking like cops on TV, right?
Mhm.
It was really exciting, but it was cool because he come and knocked on the door. You know, we got him.
Gwinnett PD, we are on first 48.
They are
We are
first
on
class.
48, so,
They are first class.
well, thank you for that.
Any other questions?
What can we do to lure you away from the Rotary? Just teasing, just
Well-
had to throw it out.
And my dad has been a member of the Lions Club. So my dad lives in St. Vincent, where I was born. And he has been, I think he just got, he's like because, you know, in the Caribbean, it's very, I mean, they're over like the whole region. So he's over that southeast region or something and got some big award. I don't know what it is. But when he does
Good
come to
for
visit, he
him.
comes, like I go visit every 2 years and he comes to visit as well. I'll make sure to have him come and visit with you
That
guys.
would be
I
wonderful.
always
Well, you
take
can
him
make-
to my Rotary to see how these other folks do it.
Uh-huh.
Well,
Well, you can make up for it by referring
Referring.
to Lions.
Yeah. We'd love to have more people.
Hey, guys.
Hey,
Yeah,
Steve?
yeah, Steve.
Yeah, I got a suggestion. It sounds like to me that your club and the other Gwinnett clubs could reach out to Gwinnett County PD and do like a coffee of a cop thing. That sounds like a service project.
Yes, it does.
Just saying.
Happy to do
It sure
that.
does.
Good idea.
Hey, what about Larry about Dunkin' Donuts?
Hey, I don't care, man. If you guys do it, let me know. I'd love to come over there and
Up to you.
some of the cops. I grew up in Gwinnett.
Can't be in any place that gives you bags of bacon. I mean, I'm sorry. It's just.
It gives you what?
You can get the snacking bacon.
Snack and bacon.
Yeah, I know, right?
No, that's your
thank-
So,
Any other questions?
No,
Well,
thank you
thank you very
so
much.
much.
Thank you,
so
Rachel.
much.
Hey, I got one more question.
Yeah.
I said I grew up in Gwinnett. Back in the day, they used to have this charity flag football team thing where the Gwinnett County Police and Gwinnett County Fire Department played each other, and pardon the expression, they called it pigs versus plugs. It was like a charity football game where the police and fire department faced off, and I think they did it at Central Gwinnett. Now, this is way back in the day when I grew up. Gwinnett Police and Fire still do something like that?
No, we do not, because they don't want the officers out there getting hurt. Yeah,
Well, I think it was a flag football. It wasn't like tackle football, but I guess things have
officers
changed.
aren't allowed to, they can only do like take board games and the, you know how you throw the, what is it? The horseshoes, that type of stuff. That's all they're allowed to do in any.
Just no hand grenades. You can't play
Oh,
horseshoes
you
with hand
mean the
grenades.
police and the fire department can't have a friendly game of like touch
Nope.
football?
No.
Wouldn't be friendly.
No, we
That's-
wouldn't,
that's
we
bummer.
can't even, I think folks before me have asked for police athletic league, because, you know, some other cities have that. No, we're not doing that. Yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
No,
Well, thank you very much.
No, thank you so much.
Rachel.
If you'd like to stay around for the rest of the meeting, you can.
it will be lightning fast. I'm
You
sure.
Yeah.
Trying to
I want
get,
to take a picture with the group, so yeah.
absolutely, wonderful. So,
Thank you, Rachel.
thank you so very much, Rachel. All right, we're gonna, try and breeze through, rapid fire here, folks. Lion Catherine, How Money Works Seminar, how's that going?
We currently have 8 registrants.
Okay,
Oh,
I know.
for two or for one or for both?
Between the 2 sessions, we have 8 registrants.
uh-huh,
So hoping to continue, that number will continue to go up over the next several days. Trying to get a time set for the site evaluation, just for the instructor to come by and make sure the TV's gonna, you know, he knows the lay of the land, so on and so forth, as far as that goes, but I'm working with Karen on that. If you have not, on Facebook, if you have not liked or shared the event, we do have it listed as an event, and there is a link to the Eventbrite site. If you have not shared that link, will you please take a moment, go out to the Lawrenceville Lions Club Facebook page and share that event to your friends. It is free to attend. It's an amazing program, and we're just trying to get the word out as much as we can. I did send it to the folks at Streetwise and to send it somewhere else too. I need to follow it with Tom Baylog. I tried to send it to him too, but I didn't hear back from him.
You did it on your Alignables thing, didn't you?
And I put it out on Alignable, of course. So, like I said, just let people know it's there. Like I said, it's going to be an awesome event. So we're doing Thursday night from 6:30 to 7:30, and then Saturday morning from 11 to 12. So we've got day and night options. But it's an absolutely awesome program. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. On April the 23rd, the Georgia Lions Lighthouse Foundation is having its inaugural Strides for Sight and Sound. We have set up a team. I am the captain. The team has already raised about $150 out of a goal of $1,000 that I'd like for every Lions Club to do. Hopefully they can achieve that goal. But they're working hard, and I think it's going to be great. You can go down and at the Lighthouse in Chamblee, they have a route that's going to be less than a mile, or you can do it virtually in your neighborhood wherever you're at. So I think it's going to be great, and I think it's going to be successful. And so any help that anybody can give you that effort will be very much appreciated by the Lighthouse, definitely. Lion Catherine, long-range planning meeting scheduling.
Again, apologies for not getting dates out. I will do that. Tax season's finally over for me, so I will get that, send out a poll of what dates work best for everybody. So we'll get that done. Excellent.
New business. There's a project that the associated with the state convention in Dublin in the middle of May, involving collecting Lego sets. We're in the middle of getting more information about that. I'll bring more with me at the next meeting, and so we can move on.
We can just buy Lego sets and donate them?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm also in touch with I'm trying to get in touch with a company that does them in bulk, and they asked me to email them, and I've not gotten a response, so I will, but it just wasn't right away. We'll see what they are willing to do. Last on our agenda, we have received a request from Ryan Angela Williams, who has asked to use our spot screener on Friday for a screening she's doing somewhere. Pete received the request and wanted to ask if that was something we would be willing to do. He wanted to bring it to us, to make sure protocol was followed. She didn't allow. I saw the email. It didn't say where or exactly when.
So we don't know where they're screening or when they need the screening machine, but she has asked to borrow it before. About 2 or 3 years ago, she did it for one of the elementary, middle schools, and I basically put together a sign that they had to adhere to. It was the same thing that the Georgia Lions Lighthouse uses. I just put it in the format where our club, they would be responsible to our club if they used it, and anything that happened to it, they would be responsible. This is about a $3,000 or $4,000 piece of equipment, and it's very, very critical.
That's all I need to know. I move we let her do it.
All right. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All right, any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed signify by saying nay. The motion carries. The ayes have it, above the nays.
All right, and I'll get them, the sheet of paper, you know, to, have them sign it again, sharing with that they are, responsible for any damages to it.
Yes.
That's not a cheap piece of equipment,
No, replacing it is about double what we paid for it,
probably.
Yes,
unfortunately.
as long as they're responsible for that.
Mr. President, may we adjourn?
Absolutely.
Hallelujah.
May I,
All in favor say aye,
Aye.
and nobody's opposed.
Mr. President,
Yeah.
Mr. President,
Yes, Steve.
Brian,
Your father was alive?
He is.
just real quick,
To
just
come
want
Yeah.
to remind you,
and he's up here.
Steve, bear
I'm
with,
challenging y'all to add 4 more new members between now and June the 20th per the district governor's challenge.
Well,
Right.
he knows I'm not, getting away from
That's
my.
all I have. You have questions, talk to me offline.
As a Rotarian.
look how good her
so
camera is.
Oh.
Some clubs.
Maria's camera,
different
you have a
organizations
great,
don't allow that. I
great
know the,
webcam,
Rotary
Maria.
From Lawrenceville.
Mhm.
allows
It's
you to
crystal
be
clear.
Rotary and.
It's amazing.
Lion,
Thank you.
Steve's got one of those aging filters on his. It takes all the wrinkles out of his face.
Yeah.
The other thing is, are you required?
So
to
you
go-
see my little bit swelling face, you know?
Yeah.
No, you look
I
wonderful.
see your lovely face,
Oh, thank
Maria.
you.
Not required to be to all of our
Okay.
meetings.
Now I can.
Thank you guys for
That's
coming.
why there's just us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tom.
Have a good
Y'all
night.
take care.
See you next
You
time.
too.
Forgive me,
Bye.
we don't put a gun to your head.
Mhm.
Have a good night.
All
I
right.
was trying to see, so here, guys, actually have my dad here. So Dad, I'm at a Lions Club meeting.
Cool.
Hi.
Dad, what's your Lions Club and what's your role?